Hey guys, it's Sekaar, and today we're going to be going over my Magplar build for the Deadlands chapter. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do like the video, please, it really helps me. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do that as well. Free to you guys, and it really helps me out. So it's a win-win situation. Guys, without further ado, get to the build. Alright guys, let's get started. First, let's look at our gear. Our monster set is going to be Magma Incarnate with a heavy helmet and a medium shoulder. What Magma Incarnate's going to do is for the one piece, it's going to give you magic and stamina recovery. And the two piece is basically when you heal yourself or an ally, you're going to be getting major or minor courage and minor resolve, increasing your weapon and spell damage by 215 and your armor by almost 3k. So this is really helpful. It helps you, helps your group. I think it's probably the best monster set in the game right now. Definitely make sure you're using this. And our enchants are going to be prismatic as always. And then our helmet is going to be reinforced, and our shoulder is going to be impenetrable. Our body pieces, our chest piece is going to be Clever Alchemist in heavy with a reinforced trait. And what Clever Alch is going to do is you're going to have max health as your 2 and 3 piece. And then your 4 piece is going to be weapon and spell damage. Then your 5 piece is when you're drinking a potion in combat, you're going to increase your weapon and spell damage by 675 for 20 seconds. So that is a lot of weapon and spell damage. It really helps you go offensive. And then plus what kind of potion you're going to be using, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal to be going offensive, and I absolutely love it. So that's why I use Clever Alchemist on my front bar. And that, as I said, it's going to be heavy and reinforced. Our waist piece is going to be Trainee. You know, we have an extra piece when we do this, so you always want to use Trainee if you have an extra slot. It's going to give you that 1.4k max health, and that's going to be in Impen. Our hands are going to be Light Clever Alchemist in Impen as well. Our legs are going to be Heavy Clever Alchemist in Heavy. Wait, did I say Heavy twice? Heavy and Reinforced. God, I'm sorry. And then our last set that we're going to be using on this is our feet are going to be Light Olareems in Impen. And what Olareems does, it gives you magic recovery, it gives you another line of magic recovery, and then casting abilities that leave an effect on the ground while in combat. You create a circle of might for 5 seconds. Basically, what you're doing is you're going to be, you and your group members are going to get major courage for 20 seconds. So you're going to be able to increase your weapon and spell damage by 430 for 20 seconds. And so it can occur every 10 seconds. So it is basically 100% uptime. It's amazing. I love it. So keeping Olareems on is really going to help you and your group. It's going to let you hit so unbelievably hard, and the 2 and 4 piece are going to increase your magic recovery as well, so that's going to be looking really good as well. The necklace is going to be an Olareems in infused with the spell damage enchant. Then one of our rings is going to be the Markin ring and infused spell damage. And what Markin does is that you gain 100 weapon and spell damage and 1,157 armor for every set of 3 piece or more that you're wearing. So that's going to count as both your Olareems and your Clever Alch since you're wearing 3 or more of both. And so with doing that, you're going to be increasing your weapon and spell damage by 200, and your armor is going to be increased by 2314. So you're going to be a little tanky, and you're going to be hitting a lot harder with Marking on. And then our front bar weapons are going to be Clever Alchemist swords and it's a sword and Nirnhoned. And then our offhand is going to be a mace in sharpen. So you're going to be doing dual wield front bar. It's going to increase your damage as much as possible. And then our back bar is going to be the Olareems Resto Staff in defending. I don't really care about having a perfected version of this. The perfected version only gives you a line of max magic, so it's really not useful at all because it really doesn't matter too much on your front bar. So easiest way to farm this would just be to get a normal group of Cloud Rush together and just get that going. I really recommend this. It's an amazing set right now. It's very meta for Magplar. So yeah, so this is what our stats look like unbuffed. Our max health is going to be at 3290. So my god, I can't even speak today. 32,900, so it's basically 33,000. Our max magic is going to be at 26.3, so it's not too bad. Magic recovery, not even buffed, is at 2070. And then our spell damage is just not buffed on our back bar is going to be at 33 38. So it gets a lot higher than that. Trust me, I've gotten up to like 7 or 8k on this build. It's actually huge. I'll show you the buff stats at the end of the video. And then I'm learning. Where is it? Where are the skills? Where are the skills? Guys, I swear I'm learning. Right here. Here are skills. See, I'm learning. All right, guys. So we're gonna do our front bar first. We're gonna be having puncturing sweeps because they are. It's a Magplar, so it's your main spammable on all Magplars basically. You're gonna be hitting like a truck with this especially when you're fully buffed up with both Clever and Ola Reams. You're gonna be hitting so hard with this. And then Degeneration is gonna increase. It's gonna give you major sorcery, so it's gonna increase your spell damage by 20%. Toppling Charge is going to be your gap closer, and this is also going to stun your enemies. Purifying Light, you put that at the beginning of you put that on your enemy at the beginning of a fight, and it's going to copy 50% of the damage that you do to them, and then just do that damage again at the end of the duration. So it's pretty nasty how hard that hits sometimes. And then Living Dark, this is one of the most broken skills in the game right now. It heals you for so much. I definitely recommend keeping this on you at all times. You're going to be healing like crazy, and it's going to be very hard to kill you. And then our front bar, Crescent Sweep, you're hitting so hard with this. I absolutely love how hard this ability hits. And plus, it's so cheap. I've fallen in love with this ultimate. It's so good. Back bar, it's going to be Channeled Focus. It's going to it's going to give you Major Resolve. So this is going to be your physical and spell resistance be increased by 6k. And then you're also recovering 242 magic every 1 second over duration, so it's going to help your recovery a lot, and your sustain as well. And also standing in the rune is going to give you healing for 1500 every second, so that's pretty easy just by standing in there. Elusive Mist, being able to be defensive in a situation in PvP is so crucial. So being able to kite and get out of a situation, like gather yourself, get those buffs back up, and get those resources back up. Elusive Mist is the key to getting to that situation, so definitely use that. Extended Ritual, this is going to be what you can, cleanse a lot of dots off you with. It is definitely useful on a Magplar, and plus you're going to be healing in there as well, so that's huge. Honor the Dead, this is going to be your burst heal, even though you probably won't need too much of it, but it's kind of like a just-in-case kind of situation. And then Radiating Regen, this skill is kind of like the other ones. It's pretty damn broken. There's so much healing on this build between Radiating Regen, Honor the Dead, Channel Focus, Living Dark, and Extended Ritual. You have so much healing that if you go defensive, it'll be very hard to kill you. And then also Radiating Regen is something that you can just put on your allies for 10 seconds too. So that's huge in a support build as well. So this is a really good DPS build, but it's also the kind of build where you can really help out your allies by giving them the Ola Reams buff, giving them Radiating Regen. You're really helping out a lot. And then I have Life Giver on my back bar. I just think that having that on there helps a lot, but on the other hand, if you want to use something like Temporal Guard to give you that damage mitigation on your back bar, I would not argue with you with that. I just think it's funny to use Resto Ult because people get so mad with that. So there we go with those skills. And then for our champion points, our blue slottables are going to be Master at Arms, Ironclad, Duelist Rebuff, and Biting Aura. Our red slottables are going to be Celerity, Fortified, Boundless Vitality, and Relentlessness. This is I'm absolutely loving Relentlessness. Getting that major protection after you're stunned is huge. Then the green things that only matter are Breakfall, as always. Definitely use that. Rationer and Liquid Efficiency. Alright, and for our character sheet, we're going to have 47 points into magic and 17 points into health. This is going to give us a nice chunky health pool while also giving us a decent amount of magic to work with. Our race is going to be a Breton. Breton, in my opinion, is the best magic race right now. It's going to give you that magic recovery and the magic sustain for having the reduced cost on magic abilities. So that's going to counteract a lot of the increased cost from Vamp Stage 3. So definitely, you're going to need to be Vamp Stage 3 because you are, it is just absolutely broken right now with the Undeath passive. So definitely go Breton with this. And our food is going to be clockwork citrus fillet, but that's going to be very expensive. So if you can't afford that, try something like using ghastly eyeball and then just giving yourself more health in the attributes instead to try and even it out. But also, the last thing for this is going to be our Mundus. We're going to have the Atronach on this to increase our magic recovery by 310 to give us our sustain a nice decent amount. All right, now let's look at our buffed up stats real quick. So I'm going to be hitting Degeneration first, then swapping to Olareams on my back bar to proc that, and then I'm going to switch back to my front bar to proc my Clever Alk as well. And then once we're there, we're going to be looking at our stats. So let's get this started. So we're up to 6378 off the rip for our spell damage. With our light attack, it's going to be at 6600 with our spell damage. So that's actually pretty huge. Our magic recovery gets up to 2475. Our spell and physical resistance gets to almost 30k and 25k. So I think that this is a really good build with the amount of spell damage that you can get up to. You're hitting so hard. You get all of this so high. And it is so absolutely nice. I really, really, really like it. So being able to use your Clever Alchemist and then your Olareams procs properly, it is 100% worth it. I definitely love this build. So, alright guys, I hope you liked it. If you do, please don't forget to like the video. It really helps me out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, every subscription really means so much to me. So please consider subscribing. It's free and it really helps me out. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see builds like this live in action, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/Sekaar, where I stream almost every night. So guys, hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys next time. Later.